Hey Clint, how are you?
Hey mate, good mate. How are you?
I'm very, very well, mate. Thanks ever so much for chatting to us at the Rockpit over in a wet and windy Perth. It's horrible.
Oh man, can I just tell you that Queensland in the wintertime is amazing, and I love it. It's we had a beautiful day over here. Not to rub it in, but we had a beautiful day. It was about 20 something degrees. The sun was shining. It was good, and I might have visited the pub. Just so you know.
Fantastic. That's the way we like it. Well, one thing that's brightened my day up today is I've had your album on today, and I have to say it's
Get out.
fantastic.
Oh, stop it, you. You know what? I love the fact that I've spoken with our publicist, the PR crew, and they said, "Oh yeah, we sent the album out," and I was like, "Man, it's awesome when I hear people saying that they've heard the album because I love it because I always get nervous beforehand. I just sit there, I'm like, oh man, I don't know if anyone's going to like this." And I felt the same way before it begins here. The same way, I get nervous. I
Oh mate,
do.
it's 14 years of nerves you've been sitting on for another album, so it's been well
I
worth
know.
it.
I know. And you know what? 14 years, like people have waited less time for a Tool album. And that's saying something, right?
Oh,
I'm
definitely.
stoked, man. I'm stoked. Like, can I just say, I'm really excited the fact that the band's back together. There is a great undertone of Australian music, alt rock, if you will. Music, you've got Cog, Carnival, Butterfly Effect, Sunk Loto have just come back out of the woodwork from 15 years on hiatus. I love it. It's so good. I couldn't be prouder, and I just think it's the kind of album that I want to come back with. It really is.
Oh, we know with all these bands that are sort of making these huge statements in music, we need another big day out.
Man, can I tell you that one of the most disappointing things in my musical career is that Big Day Out went under, Soundwave went under, Livid has gone, and it seems like the only big music festivals are catering to a different style of music, and I want someone to take the mantle of alternate rock music and put us back all back on the map. Would be amazing. And I'm putting it out there right now. I want someone to do it. So
I,
anyone with a couple of $1,000,000, let's go.
I think you're right, and the strength of the music is there. But listen, let's talk about some of this album because you gave us a little taster a couple of years ago with Unbroken, which is sitting on there, and then the new single Visiting Hours, which is just huge. It's got that
Yeah.
beautiful haunting start before it builds up, and the whole album is amazing. I was trying to listen today to kind of compare the last time I heard a sound that big, and I can compare that to Muse, a band of that stature and stadium size. You pick that sort of sound. It's huge sound. It's fantastic.
If only we could encourage the amount of people that would go and see Muse to come and see us. We'd be sweet. Actually, I wouldn't be driving the old Commodore around. I'd be probably driving a Ferrari or a Porsche or something. And just in case Ferrari and Porsche are listening, I'd love a car. Thank you very much. And I'll take it. But no, you're absolutely right, because with the new sound of the band, it's become evident to me that it was our evolution, and that we've matured in a process that we're getting along better than we ever have before. And I just felt that, back in the day, I needed to take that break. Obviously, mental health being what it is these days, and we're all talking about it, which is great. And I think we need to talk about it a little more. It was one of those sequences of events where, we'd become so toxic to each other that we needed to have that break. But coming back, we've never gotten along so well, and I love it. In the band room, the vibe inside the practice room is incredible. So I'm very thankful for that. I'm very grateful for that, because I'm loving what we're putting out. And I just think that this band, you know, it has really done the hard yards, and we're coming back with it with a bit of gusto and a bit of verve, and it's great.
Well, you can certainly hear the chemistries there, because you couldn't produce an album of that quality if things weren't right in the engine room. And it just sounds slick, tight, brilliantly produced. I can't wait tonight. I'm going to crank it up in headphones again tonight.
I love it, man. You know what? We went to separate corners of Southeast Queensland to produce this album. So Kurt and Glenn went to record with Nick Didia, who's like, you know, is like one of the who's who of rock and roll music in the world. And I mean, he's done you know, Rage Against the Machine, to like, you know, just to name dropping, but you know what I mean, like that that guy with his ability to pull sounds is incredible. So when I got the guitars and the bass back, you know, I just sat there, I was like, wow, man. And so just for all your listeners out there, Nick doesn't like to edit. He doesn't edit. He's like, man, when he recorded Rage Against the Machine, it was all live.
Wow.
It was all one take stuff, and you might get a second take. I mean, you know, working with Tom Morello, why would you need to take 2 takes? But the thing is, Kurt said to Nick, he was like, man, can I just do another take? You know what I mean? After he's like, if you want another take, then I want your performance, your best performance. And so Kurt was pretty much taking it on a live performance value, which is incredible. And so when I got it, when I went to the Gold Coast to work with my producer, with Matt Bartlam, and I worked with Luke Palmer and Clint Vincent from Dead Letter Circus, they looked at me and they were like, yeah, man, we need to amp up and we need to rise to the level of these guitars and bass sounds. And it's incredible. I love it. I'm really proud of it. And I just think it's a great album. Track to track, it's one of those albums that I just sit back and I just think, man, I listened to it the other day. I was doing the dishes, funnily enough, and I had the headphones on. I mean, doing the dishes, come on. And it was one of those moments. I got the chills, I got goosebumps, I had a little bit teary. I was just thinking, man, I'm just stoked that we're back and that so many other bands have reformed in that sense. And oh man, I'm ecstatic about it.
It's brilliant. One question I did have, and I don't want to bring up the past when you left, but I know there was a big gap when you were trying to write that 4th album back then, when there was issues and problems within the group. Is there anything that ever made it from them sessions that crept through into this? Any ideas, or was this purely a draw a line and this was a new start?
No, absolutely. Yeah. So like we wrote 5 songs straight off the back of Final Conversation of Kings. And this new single, Visiting Hours, was like number 2 in that sequence. Yeah. So I'm stoked that it made it. So just so everyone out there that's listening knows, there is another 5 songs that we've recorded and demoed that are behind this, so that you will not have to wait 14 or 15 years for the new Butterfly Effect album. So we've talked about releasing an EP, we've talked about releasing another album. You will not have to wait that long. So there are tracks behind it. But yeah, definitely there was 5 tracks that were written straight off the back of Final Conversation of Kings, and Visiting Hours was number 2 straight off the back of that in 2009.
Wow, that's pretty cool that some of that history's come through with it. Well, obviously, the album is going to be huge. 2nd of September, I believe. We're going to have a review up for that by then, just in time with it. But you've also then got tour dates, which you guys must be so excited to get out and play.
Man, we're super stoked. I think, you know, it's one thing to record and, you know, release an album, but it's another thing to go out there and tour it. We're super excited to get out there and just be in front of people again. And I think the bill that we put together, the lineup with Caligula's Horse and Thornhill, we're trying to encompass all of the fans that might want to see us, but would, they're like, yeah, I know the Butters, but they'll come and see Thornhill and Caligula's Horse. It's going to be a great night. It's exciting times. I'm
Brilliant.
really, really down with it. It's great.
And I love the fact that you wrapped the tour up here in WA at Fremantle at Metropolis. I'll be cramming myself in there because I've never seen you guys live. So I'll be down there to watch that. And
man, can I tell you? There's a one of our good friends, Dennis Dan Rad. He won an award for photography for one of our shows at Metropolis in Frio. Yeah, and it's one of the best shots. It's a live shot, and it's actually behind me right now. It's over there. Just obviously people can't see, but it's over there. Yes, so he won an award for that photography. I love WA. They're some of the most passionate fans and passionate music loving people that I've ever played to, and always when we step on that stage, it's incredible. We love it. WA, and I think I spoke to the guys from Carnival, guys from Eskimo Joe. There was a whole bunch of artists from WA, and I said, what makes you guys so different from everyone else? And they said, because we're so isolated that we come out for each other. And that's what I love about WA crowds, man. They will come out for you, and it's just crazy.
Well,
I love it.
It's going to be an end of tour party that night then. What am I looking? 16th of October. It's a Sunday night. Shit, I'm going to have the Monday off work.
How's this? I said to Benny the other day, our drummer, I said, mate, don't book us on the early flight. Book us on the red eye home from Perth because we're going to get loose. So just so you know that we are going to be partying with you guys big time after the Metropolis gig.
Well, hopefully my boss isn't watching this because I might throw a sickie on the Monday.
I didn't hear anything. Good one.
Well, listen, I know we didn't have long to chat, so I just wanted to wrap up with a few general questions, if that's good for you, just to get the old brain working. And I just wanted to ask you my restaurant question. You can invite 3 musicians, dead or alive, past or present, to sit with you for dinner. Who would you invite?
100%. Jimi Hendrix, Ozzy Osbourne, and Bruce Dickinson. The 3 musicians I would love to, and honorable mentions are Jeff Buckley and David Bowie. If I could have anybody to talk to, like one of my heroes of all time is Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden. He's who I modeled my voice after. Because I was just thinking anyone that can sing like that and run around the stage like that. I love Iron Maiden. There's still, and I've got Ozzy tattooed on my body. the words OZZY.
Excellent.
I love Ozzy Osbourne, and so those guys.
I see he's just surprised everybody at the Commonwealth Games.
I know. I just read that today. I was like,
no one knew.
I know. Can I just say, like, there's very few artists in the world that I love so much that I modeled my voice after, and Bruce Dickinson and Ozzy Osbourne are two of my favorites.
Fantastic. Another one. What was the last album you listened to, other than your own doing the dishes the other night?
Oh man, yeah. Can I just say, Sleep Token, Spirit Box, and Bad Omens. They're the 3 bands that you must check out, and also a band called Loathe. If you are in the vicinity of heavy music, you have to listen to those 4 artists. So check them out and tell them that I sent you, and you'll be sweet.
Perfect. Well, let's save the easiest for last. If you could be credited with writing any song ever written, what song would you choose?
Day in the Life by the Beatles. It's the best song ever written. It is the best song ever written, in my opinion. I listen to that song and I've cried to that song, and I sit there and I think if ever I was credited, as you say, with writing a song, that is the one song I wish I had written.
Well, for the next 30 seconds, that is your song. Well done. What a great song you wrote there.
Oh, thank you very much. I don't know if it's going to get me any more kudos, but yeah, let's go with it.
Oh, Clint, thank you so much for your time, my friend. It's I'm so excited for the world to hear the album. We'll get our review up, and we'll be certainly there reviewing and shooting your show when you're here at Fremantle. We wish you all the best for the album. Regards to the boys, and
Thank
you
you.
should be very proud. It's fantastic.
Oh, mate, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And to everyone out there in radio and video land, thank you so much for your continued support. It means a lot to us. And please like, subscribe, and follow you guys. And also keep on the local Australian music because it helps all of us. Please get some merch, t-shirts and vinyls and stuff because
Most important.
that's worth more than 5,000 streams.
Well, is 4 coming out on vinyl?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're doing it, man. We're doing the whole thing.
I'll be grabbing my copy on vinyl. Mate, thank you so much. I'll try and hunt you down in Metropolis to sign it for me and stick it in my collection.
Mate, I'll be there. Oh, cheers, guys. Big love.
Take care. All the best.
See you, mate. Bye-bye.
Thanks, mate. Ta-da.